Yo, what is good, DRG? We are back with another banger video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Today we are going to be reacting to some UK drill. But today we're not reacting to no type of music. As you seen by the thumbnail and you seen by that title, we are reacting to the Deadliest war in London. And yeah, Cameron. Where the fuck these niggas is? The Deadliest street beef active game versus 51st. I don't pick sides when it comes to stuff like this, so we just gonna react to it. And yeah, comment some more crazy beats down below, and I'll react to those too. And without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight into this video.
Sure, I'm dangerous. Mama said, look boy, you famous.
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night.
First off, rest in peace to all of the dead in this video. You know what I'm saying? If you get distance to sword, that's tough, but like, rest in peace to all the dead and deceased family members. If I see you go along, that's hilarious.
The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, look.
The subs, nigga? What's going on? What is going on? Hell no. Ain't no way. Hey, hold on, I gotta, hold on, I really gotta. Y'all get active with the suburbs in London? That's
like the perfect place to live. Well, that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, you start to see a different story. A story.
Yeah, okay, I understand. So basically, like, you know, there's rich neighborhoods, but there's also poor neighborhoods. Even though it's mainly, but they got parts of it that's the slums. And that's how it is out here too in the United States. We got, like, in LA, you got South Central, you know, on one side, the hood, the trenches. And then over there you got Beverly Hills, all types of shit, Bel Air, shit like that, bro. I forget Malibu, shit like that.
Of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
Shout out to bro for making this video. Oh my god, what happened?
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this,
he was playing no games, bro, went to go slide immediately. I could already tell, bro, went to go slide.
There was some back and forth, which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumber, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Agar Grove estate in Camden. And Active Gang are affiliated.
Active Gangs they make fire songs. Like, y'all gotta comment some more of these videos for me to react to. We are back on the grind to the top. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, bro. We are on the road to 500. Go ahead and do that.
With another gang.
Alright, look, we're back now. I'm sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulties. I might need to get a new sound card or some shit, because that's crazy. But look, like I was saying, if you have the stick on you, you should have turned around and upped it. Like, at least they would have stopped. They would have stopped chasing you. I'm so serious. They would have stopped. But them niggas is demons, so they might still chase you down.
Which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for. So 51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate prominent member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole nother 2 hours looking for more 71st members and found the 71st member called Mitch's little brother.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Like, all these niggas is like my age, bro. And like, they're dying, like, in turned to, like, damn, that's crazy, bro.
Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder.
That cab driver's fucked. He should go to him. Why? Like, nigga, if there's somebody in the back of your car bleeding to death, like, you should help him. You should too. Drive him, but I don't know though. Like, that is a scary sight though. You see 20 niggas coming over here, bro, hopping in your car. I would hit the quickness on the dash because they could come to get me too. You know what I'm saying?
They committed that night, and 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just
Bro, everybody's messed up out there. I ain't wanting no favor with nobody then, bro. If I ever go to London and somebody try to fight me, I'm about to go back where I came from. So I don't want no problems, dude, bro. I ain't wearing no ski mask, none of that. These niggas wicked.
happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Phillips and arrested him. And now Phillips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges. And the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out. And taking in consideration that 51st members, just before everyone started going to prison, and killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called G Squeeze was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralyzed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019, a suspected member of 51st called C Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C Miz, and C Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st member started to...
Have you ever been hopped off? It's not a fun sight, I'm not gonna lie. Nigga, I would turn into a limp, bro. I'll give y'all story time if y'all want it. But me, I'll turn into a limp and run across the gates, all types of shit, bro. I can't even chase down. Damn, that's a scary sight.
Stabbing repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali, pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing and his friend.
This nigga hit me with a non-skip. Oh. This done hit me with 2 non-skip.
Oh, so I've literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turning into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C.
Wait, isn't Somali doing what?
They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the states of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 p.m. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road, but 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbours' doors to let him in.
See, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's cool in the music, but it's low-key sad, man. Stop gangbang, bro. You sub to the channel, do not gangbang. You're not sub to the channel, risk your life, bro. You use a hell for not subbing to the channel. I'm just playing. Stay safe.
So he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killer knife through his chest while it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And Culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football, and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation, and 4 days later a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops, so much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
Alright, bro, that's the end of that video, bro. But that's crazy, bro. The deadliest war, like, the deadliest war that's really going, a deadly war is going on over a watch. Think about it, nigga. Like, in this video, there's like 40, 30 niggas that are dead, gone, dismissed, out of here. Rest in peace to all of their souls, though. But, like, damn. Bro, that's crazy. Man, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, bro. Until next time, I'll catch y'all, boys. Peace out.